Hello, Mr. Chinedu.
Hello, Vincent. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I'm very excited to be here. Thank you very much for having me. It's a privilege to be, to have, we already saw about over 600 people registered. It's a privilege to be part of, this sort of, community and, contribute as well my skills to help people.
Yes. Yeah,
Thank
we are grateful. We are grateful you agreed to help our applicants. This is something we've always wanted to do all this while. The way job employment issue, the kind of employment issue we have in Nigeria now, and a lot of unemployed youths, and we're always looking for people that will inspire these candidates and all these job applicants to um, upgrade themselves and know what to do or what to expect. So when we called you and you answered our call, we are very, 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 very happy and grateful that you are jumping on this,
thank you
and
very
we are sure that this they are going to learn a lot from your experience.
Definitely, they will. I've actually been mentoring a number of people now for quite a while, and this is something that it's also a process that I've shared with them, and the feedback I've gotten has made me, more confident than ever that yeah, it works. You just need to follow the right process, ensure that you're doing the right thing, and be fully committed to the process. And it's something that will help you to the process. It's something that helped me when I came to the UK. Although I started applying for jobs opportunity from Nigeria before coming to the UK, but just about 3 weeks thereabouts when I came to the
Mm.
UK, I got an offer, and some of the things I did, it's not an easy process. It's not a guarantee that hey, you're going to get a job within an XYZ time frame, but it's something that sort of going to be a motivation for you to always do the right thing, be on track, consistently pursue. Technologies are evolving. Recruiters are using very advanced AI powered ATS applicant tracking system and things like that to
Of
filter
course.
job applications.
Is Yes.
Competition is getting so high. From a research I did some time ago, I discovered that uh, the recruiters themselves barely see just about maybe less than 5% of the entire application. The AI
Exactly.
system filters everything out. So how do you navigate your way and make it through the system? Those are going to be the things we'll be talking about. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry. Yeah. Considering the fact that I've worked with a recruitment firm, and so you see that this AI thing is making it now. If your CV is not optimized, targeting the AI the way they, so you might lose that, and maybe you might be the best candidate for that role, but because your CV is not optimized for the AI to pick those keywords, so you might lose that, and the job being given to other people you are far better than. So I think this is the right course for people to.
exactly. Those will be the things, part of the things I'll be talking about. How do you optimize your resume? How do you ensure that the job you are applying for, you have, because one of the things we do, which is out of laziness, is that we just have one format resume, we send it out to everything, to every job we see, which comes sometimes as part of the lazy side of us. But
Mm,
I did an experiment with one of my mentee, and I told him, um, let's try two things. Just for this first month, just be sending randomly. Any you have one resume, send out to any job you see for within your profession. The guy is a product manager. Any
yeah.
product manager job you see, send. Now send as XYZ number, send as many as you can. Now, as a let's the second month we tried something else. Now do a niche targeting. Take your time. You don't need to send much. You can even just send like five in a week. But
Yeah.
look at the job, take XYZ action into place, and before you apply and see what is going to happen. So we did a comparison, and definitely targeting, optimizing for the job worked better instead of just being generic. So yeah,
True.
more
True.
yeah.
Yeah, I can see my part joining now. Also, let's just give maybe 2 minutes more before we can officially start. So while we wait, um I'm happy because we are doing this, and we've had some seminars in the past, but not in the line of, for we are not targeting the job seekers, but this is going to be an exceptional one because job seekers are going to get information free here based on your experience, and those that are interested in going towards a lean towards a product management, because I know that's the kind of course or the kind of a career that is IT, leaning towards IT. If you don't want to if you don't want to go into programming or web design or that, I think product management or product design is another area where you can cash out in the IT field. So most people that will be joining us today, I'm sure some of them will be interested in this area, and I'm sure you're going to guide them well.
Yeah, definitely. For product management, you don't even need core technical IT skills to be a product manager. It's just about improving product, and product can be anything. Product can be different kind of consumer goods or whatever. Even services. You don't need to be the tech guy. So they have those in product management who focuses on improving customer satisfaction. Ironically, what many people don't even know is that from customer service background, you can transition into product management, because once you are very good customer service, you are excelling as a customer success professional, and you're helping people, improve you're helping the company improve their overall customer satisfaction, improve user experience and customer success. That's just more like a step away from being a product manager. So the numbers are growing. Oh, sorry, I'm just seeing someone join us. I think Uche.
Uche is my colleague at Job Gurus. So Uche is the representative. So she'll be joining us. Both of us will be anchoring the events. So I think I should just do the introduction now. We'll have about 20 people, more than 20 people coming in. So welcome, guys. I'm sure everybody is hearing me. If you can hear my voice, maybe you can just indicate by make a reaction, raise your hand or something. But I'm sure everybody is hearing me. So we are going to start. This event is supposed to start by 3 o'clock. Okay. So some people are raising their hand. They're giving me thumbs up. It means they're hearing me. So let's start. My name is Chinedu. I'm Chinedu Dekwe. I work with Job Guru Services. I'm the business development manager, and I have Uche here with me. So we both are going to be coordinating this event. So today we have a guest speaker. His name is Vincent Okeke. I'm very happy today that everybody's attending, and everybody's attending this event, and the number is growing, and so Vincent is going to be the person that is going to be our guest speaker today. He's a product man. He's a product leader, in the industry of product management. He's grounded, and he has been a part of startup. He has co-owned some tech startups and all that, and other tech startups. He has co-owned them, especially in the educational tech products. He has some products that he has built. I know some of you will be interested in future. Maybe when he comes online, when he starts speaking, maybe he will introduce them much later. So Vincent is here. He's here to share his blueprint strategy on how he secured a job as a product manager in the UK. Just about 3 weeks of arriving. It's not something easy. It sounds like people go to UK. It takes a whole lot of time. You hear people say, I've been here for 2 months, 3 months. They've not gotten job. But Vincent got this product management manager job within 3 weeks, and he's here today, to share his blueprint strategy. And this event is going to focus on job search blueprints for tech professionals. Tech professional is not only for maybe IT programming, product management and other things, even customer service. There are a whole lot in this industry of tech profession. So it's going to be focusing on job search blueprints for tech professionals. And I believe, hopefully, everyone who has joined today will find something relevant that they can apply to their job search strategy. And I'm happy we are starting up this, and this is time I will ask Vincent to take over the mic and introduce himself. Maybe if I missed anything out.
Thank you very much, Chinedu. There's no long talk today. You've said everything. I don't have much to say. My name is Vincent Okeke. I am a product manager by profession, and I've been in product management for quite a while, close to a decade. Generally in the tech sector for more than a decade, and I've been a product leader in a tech firm delivering in an ed tech company, and also I have been the co-founder in a number of startups, including being an advisory board member here and there in some startups. So we are going to be talking about I am motivated to, when Chinedu reached out to me if I was and asked if I was interested in, coming to talk about careers and how people can navigate their ways around job search. I was super, excited. I was very willing to do it because it's driven by passion, and it's also driven by, because I'm already mentoring a few people here and there at my free time. It's driven by passion, and also on realizing that while I was engaging with people, I noticed that many people, the system was evolving at a pace that people were not really catching up to. The people who are engaged, and I love sharing information. I believe in, let everybody know how to do it. Let us all rise. And I'll be sharing my blueprint strategy on the things I did that would help you navigate your way. What I did that helped me when I came to the UK about 3 weeks thereabouts, I was able to get a product manager job here in the UK, working for a major provider. In fact, a leading provider in regulated courses here in the UK. And I joined them as a product manager. It has been an interesting journey, and the case has not been similar for many people. It has not been the same for many people. It has been a very difficult, case, the whole job search and everything. What I'm going to be talking about today will focus on, the tech industry, the digital tech space. Many of the jobs I'll be using as my references, our examples will focus on the tech space. But I believe that everyone, and the whole concept of this webinar is focused around the tech jobs and all of that. But everyone who has joined this, I'm strongly confident that you will learn a thing or two. You acquire skills that are applicable to whatever you're doing, and whatever you're doing, whatever niche you are into, whatsoever you're doing, you acquire skills that can help you, applicable skills that you can use to navigate your way around your job search. So let's go into the main business of the day. We've already taken about 11 minutes and we don't have enough time. I have a couple of things, a lot of things I want to talk about here. I'll ask you to please be patient with me. Be patient with me. I know that you must have attended a lot of webinars. You must have attended a lot of career workshops. You must have read a lot of information on how to do this, how to do that, networking, LinkedIn optimization. But just be patient with me. I can confidently say that at the end of this session, which is definitely free for everyone attending, I believe I'm sure Job Gurus didn't charge for it. I don't know, but yeah. You are going to learn something applicable that you can put into practice, and that will help you navigate your way. All right. So, Chinedu or Uche, are you guys seeing my presentation?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are seeing it.
Okay.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. So the first thing I'll talk about is you having this reflection, this deep thoughts. Whenever you see a job out there, you see a job on Job Gurus, and you send first of all, I'd like to sorry about that for this interruption. I would like to say a very big thumbs up to Job Gurus. You guys are doing marvelously well. I used to know you guys back in the days, back in the years, and how you guys have grown today. You guys are doing excellently well, and thank you for this opportunity. So these deep thoughts I want to talk about. Have this deep thought. Think about it. For any job application you make, you need to assume or even believe, understand that about hundreds of other applicants, if not thousands, are also applying for the same job. So if you see a job now for customer service, you see a customer service role, and you decide to apply for that customer service job, about 100 other persons, or even hundreds, or even thousands of other candidates are applying for that job. How do you differentiate yourself? Why should you get the job? That has been the tough question. And what you might realize is that at the end of the day, the company might just be looking for one person, might just be looking for two persons or just one person. But about 500 people already applied, or maybe 1,000 or 100. So it becomes a tax for the company to manage and, filter and, be able to get the right candidates. So you need to, the approach to job search, if you ask me, I would say starts with the mindset. The mindset that, okay, a lot of people are applying. How do I distinguish myself? How do I make myself be the preferred candidate for this particular job role and whatsoever? So I'm going to be sharing 10 powerful strategies that can help you stand out for tech jobs. But before I do that, back to what I was talking about. I was talking about, the job search mindset. Forget about the fact that, one of the things it has also been part of my setbacks in the past. Part of the things that has been my challenge, or where my challenges was that, you could see someone assuming that, I have 10 years of experience, I should get a job. The job barely needs about 5 years of experience. Someone with 5 years of experience, I have 10 years of experience. Why shouldn't I get a job? Or, I've worked in one of the biggest fintech companies in the world. Why shouldn't I get the job? They should give me the job on the platter of gold. I think I'm the most qualified. Who else is applying for the job that's more qualified than me? Or maybe the negative side where you say, oh no, there are many other better candidates than me. I'm better than everyone. Why shouldn't I get the job? I need someone that can recommend me. I need a contact. Like where we're coming from, like Nigeria, I need someone that can recommend me. I spoke with someone a while ago. What's up with your job search? And she said, I need contact. So if I don't have contact, I'm not wasting my time. We need to drift from that mindset. We need to drift from that point of thinking to a more forward-thinking mindset. Another mindset could be, I'm not qualified. Embrace this mindset I started with this webinar. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of other people applying for this role. How do I distinguish myself to the top one at this stage? At every stage you find yourself, there are different stages to job recruitment process. One is the application stage. The other one is the maybe the introductory call. Hey, let me know you. And now go into subsequent interviews and blah, blah, blah. So you need to, at that stage, you want to, first of all, even be called for an interview, to have the opportunity to be called for an interview. And I might just say this by the side. If you are currently actively job hunting and you don't get calls for interview, maybe in a month, you don't get at least one call for interview, then something is definitely wrong. I don't know what is wrong. Maybe it could be the economy, low unemployment rates or whatever. High unemployment rates, or you are not getting your game right. And I hope that after this course, you get your game right. Let's move on. So one of the things I have listed here that you should do, I've talked about the first one, which is your mindset. Get your mindset right. Your mindset becomes the catalyst that will propel you and guide you on every other action. And I tell everybody I've mentored, You must get your mindset right. Forget about I'm not the best. Forget about I'm inexperienced. There's always a way to navigate that. If you're inexperienced, then go and volunteer for 6 months. If you think you're not the best, then you can always navigate your way and ethically, truthfully find your path in your career. So the second thing I want to talk about is clear road job targeting, and this particular point I'm talking about is a bit broad. While I go proceed in this presentation and the points I'll be talking about, I might always reference or come back to this, so expect that. The thing I realized, and I had to carry out an experiment to validate this, was that we are very generic. Whatever you do, if you are a customer service manager, if you are a software engineer, a DevOps, a product manager, a project manager, whatever role you are into, you might realize that you might just be applying to broad any job that you see within that role, a business analyst or something similar. But if you can focus on a niche, everything about you should be about your niche. That might give you an edge. While I go forward, I'll show you some examples, and at some stage we'll probably run a pool here. So imagine that a company is looking for a customer service professional that is experienced with Shopify. They want someone with experience in Shopify, or they want a customer service professional that is experienced with Shopify. Would they rather pick a customer service professional that is just or do you think that they will pick the one that has been with Shopify? In terms of clear job targeting, what I've realized over time is that if you focus on just pursuing that particular thing you do, your chances are higher than people who are maybe a bit broader. You see people with their resume, their resume says they are business analyst, their previous job or whatever says they are this, they are that. They have more than 5 things that if you look at their CVs or their resume is picking out. The resume is saying that they are into this, they are into that. That might be sort of a disadvantage to you compared to someone that the person is saying that I'm a customer service professional. I've done things with Shopify. I've done things with Joomla, different kind of customer maybe e-commerce CRMs and systems or things like that. Compare yourself, that person who has been into that particular her trade, her history has been within that particular thing, with you that has been maybe into this, into that. So if you want to it's better for you to focus on a particular thing. The truth is that realistically, you might be into other things. It doesn't matter. But the resume you use in applying for a particular job needs to show that you focus on a particular thing. You can have different CV versions. You can have different resume versions where this one is about maybe you've done a bit of business analysis and you've done a bit of product management. The one you have where you have done something about business analysis might just be the one that focuses on it. Why the one where you've done more product management focuses on that? The recruiter would feel attracted to you when everything about you sings on what they want, except in certain cases where they might need people who have experience in other things. We want someone who has a background in this. We want someone who has a background in this. So the concept of this clear job targeting is that you need to refine your approach to the peculiar need of the job role. Even you yourself, you've refined, you've also sort of niche yourself into a particular thing. So within customer service, even customer service, which is a niche, can be micro-zoned into other things. Now, these are examples I give as micro-zoning. In product management, for instance, you're a product manager, which is a niche. You can micro-zone yourself into, in your job search, you can define yourself as a technical product manager. You can define yourself as a consumer product manager or an AI and slash ML product manager. In software engineering, you can focus on front end, you can focus on back end, you can focus on DevOps. And this needs to also be communicated across maybe your channels. From your resume to your LinkedIn, we're going to talk about them as we proceed. Because, for instance, if a recruiter is looking for a back-end developer, they don't come to the, and you are a back-end developer, a front-end developer, they are all software engineers. But when the keywords around your LinkedIn profile talks about back-end developer and things like that, you might have a higher chance for people who are looking specifically for back-end developers, for recruiters who are looking for specifically for back-end developers, than just generically saying I'm a software engineer. We're going to talk about LinkedIn optimization, and the very big topic in this course. So some of the things I've highlighted here is define your niche, focus on your niche. See, you might think that it is ambitious for you to, let me try this. Oh, you're a customer service person and you hear that they are recruiting for HR, they are giving it a try. Well, I don't know. If it works, it might work fine. But I'll tell you that I believe strongly that if you focus your energy, your time on your own niche, you would have your chances of getting that job you're looking for be higher than just, because there are a lot of jobs on the web. How many can you apply for? So if the time you have, if you can commit to 10 applications in a month, that is the max you can do. Instead of you to, you see HR, you apply. Well, you're a customer service exec. You see HR, you apply. Yeah, you see sales rep, you apply. You see this, you apply. Instead of you to just randomly, random targeting, you can, if you focus on that particular niche of yours, your chances are higher. You should refine your resume based on your niche. Even within your niche, as a customer service person, as a software, sorry, I'm going to use just these examples. I know that they have lots of other professions and other niches in this profession, but I'm just going to use this one, which is I think it's more common and popular, so that every other person can understand and be able to adapt, apply this to whatever profession they're into. Even as a customer service professional, you can still communicate your strengths within this, and what I have in this case I've categorized as, you can call it a sub niche, and I also have what I've called a micro zone. As a customer service person, you have a higher chance. Let's use customer service for example in this illustration I have here. In these examples I have here. As a customer service person that has expertise in handling online shopping inquiries and returns, you've worked with Shopify, you've worked with Magento and different kind of e-commerce systems. You have, and a company is looking for a customer service person, and let's say the company is an e-commerce company. You are a customer service person who has been, the third option I have here, this one. You're a customer service person who has used, from Shopify, Magento, and the rest of them. Now compare it to a customer service person who is technical, who is a customer service technical support specialist, who works for maybe a tech company, handling support tickets. You see that in this niche, there are sub niches, and the better you can define yourself clearly, the higher chances you have. So why this clear targeting is important is that it helps you to, in most especially your reach out, your job applications. I will tell you when to apply this, when to probably leave it broad, and so on as we proceed. Um, on your job applications, when you want to apply, if a job has been advertised and the job is focusing on e-commerce customer service exec, and you are a technical customer service exec, the person who has the e-commerce skills would probably get higher chances than you. But there might be cases where in certain professions you might have the same skills. You might have maybe in your past, or you have done something that relates to, handling, returns and so on, which can even be within technical support. If you understand what that job requirement is, you do what is called the clear role targeting. You can define your role ethically. You don't need to apply for, so you don't need to lie. You can define your role based on that job that is available, identify your key strengths, microzone the requirement to your key strength and experiences, and that becomes an edge for you. So a technical support specialist who essentially is more of a customer service person, or a customer success manager who has focused on post-sale support and so inquiries, can also might have gained experiences in the past that deals around the e-commerce systems, and they can. So if you understand that, okay, this is what this job requires, you understand what the job requires, you can now focus on that particular job requirement and apply. I have to be faster than this because of time. Let's move on. I said here, be versatile in your LinkedIn profile. In your LinkedIn profile, you can leave it within your niche. Customer service, as a professional, blah, blah, blah. You can incorporate keywords around whatever microzone you do. Let me proceed, please, because of time. Now, another thing you can do is targeted reach out. Within your niche, you can reach out to people who are leaders who are within that niche that you're into. Let's take an example. You can occasionally reach out, send out maybe LinkedIn emails, and hello, what's up? How's everything happening? Things like that. Let's take a look at this email email message from someone. Hi, Mr. Bright. I hope this message finds you well. My name is Jane, and I've spent the last 5 years working on various edtech products, focusing on engaging e-learning platforms for underserved communities. I followed Bright Digital Learning Limited for a while. That's the name of the person's company. And I truly admire the innovative work your team is doing. You can specify the whatever they are doing in personalized learning, blah, blah, blah. As someone passionate about edtech space, I find the journey as head of product aspiring, especially your work on gamification and the e-learning community. I would love to learn about your approach to building impactful edtech products and how you see the future for this industry evolving. If you are open to it, I appreciate the opportunity to connect and perhaps have a short conversation with you. This person is potentially a hiring manager. He's the head of the department in wherever he works. You are in that same field. You are working in the telecom industry. You're working as whatever, and you're reaching out to someone in that your department in a different organization. See, the biggest opportunities you have while working in any profession is the competitors of your company. I'm not saying you should start reaching out to all the competitors of your company, but understand that the recruiters have, most times, often than not, do have limited budget for training. So what they do is that they prefer to hire people who are already in the same industry so that they can gain their experiences. They don't need to spend. They can cut budgets on training and things like that. And this happens a lot in tech jobs. So these are potentially soft targets for you. You can reach out to them, try to fraternize. Soft targeted reach out could also be part of networking, events within your niche where you can, hey, this is what I do. Oh, let's keep tabs, let's connect, and blah, blah, blah. you can always flow with that. Don't sound desperate. Show genuine interest in their work. Talk about it. Keep in touch. And maybe if the conversation allows, you can say, okay, oh wow, I wouldn't mind exploring opportunity to join the organization sometime in future. And maybe sometime the opportunity might arise, and the person might just say, "Oh, can you send your CV to this email address?" And that might be a breaking point for you. Number 4, let's talk about resume refinement. I've seen a lot of maybe, I don't know. I think that some of the things I was doing myself back in Nigeria before I came to the UK was kind of disconnected from the reality. We used to have our local government, we used to have our date of birth, we used to have our place of birth. So understand that there's a difference between your CV, a CV, and a resume. A resume is a compressed version of a CV. A resume is something that is just more brief, that talks about your professional experience. It's not as detailed as, so for some government jobs, I think that not even government jobs in the UK, but I think government jobs in Africa, I think that maybe they require that detail, your local government. But many companies today are practicing equal opportunities, and they don't need many of this information. You don't need to see in the ATS system. A lot of recruiters are currently using its applicant tracking system, and thousands of people send their job application. Let's assume that there's a job opening for customer service manager. 1,000 people send their application. The ATS system filters it and grabs just 1%, just maybe 5%, or maybe 1% of the most qualified candidates. I'll probably talk how to pick this qualified candidate, how the system works. And when it does it, the recruiter maybe now glances through that 1%. So imagine the recruiter having to glance through maybe 100 applications. So you need to communicate your biggest strengths. You don't need to fill your resume with jargons. So your name, definitely important. Your professional title can be a selling point. If I am recruiting, I've been part of a recruitment team a number of times, and I just glance through. I just glance through from the name, if I can say job title, and the introduction to see if there's something that resonates with the role I'm looking for. I don't have time to even look through and it works similar. I've engaged HR professionals. They don't have time to look through the whole application. So they are recruiting for maybe back-end engineer. They just want to see if they see someone who says, I'm a back-end engineer, I'm a back-end developer, it just captures their interest. So the clear job targeting entails a lot of things, like I said. If you see a job opening, you should be able to, if you're willing to sacrifice your time to refine your resume for that particular job, that will give you an edge. And in your resume, you should have things like your name, your professional title, which resonates with that job role. I'm not saying you should change your professional title, but for instance, I am a product manager. I've been a product leader. I can say I'm a technical product manager. So if I see a technical product management job, my resume, I can decide to put my resume title to say, in fact, I've been a technical product manager and also a business product manager, more on the marketing side, and the business side. But I've also significantly, in fact, I'm more of a technical product manager. So I can decide to put my resume to say I'm a technical product manager, and that is absolutely fine. So the same thing applies to you, and depends on, but what I always say is that keep it ethical. You don't have to lie. You can always refine your information to be in line with, as far as it is accurate, it is truthful, then you can always do that. Your contact information, these are the 3 things you need to have at the top. Your name, job title will give you an edge. I think for a targeted job role, it's going to keeps you more competitive. Your contact information, email address, phone number, LinkedIn, they are all okay. Profile summary. if you can, you should always make your profile summary dynamic. Microzone it as explained in point 2. Microzone it to your profile summary. Look at point 2. The profile summary should focus on talking about, if you can do this, it's going to help you. I can guarantee you. If you see a job for customer service, and the job for customer service, what are they talking about? What's the job? What skills are they looking for? If it aligns with the skills you have, you should microzone your experience and skills to align with that particular skill. Don't leave it generic. I'm a customer service professional with years of experience. I've been involved in customer service, delivering exceptional customer service, blah, 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 customer service. But what if you say something like, I've been a customer service who focuses on troubleshooting applications. Now you're microzoning into technical support customer service. You're talking about troubleshooting applications, so you are focusing on technical support. I've been a customer service professional who focuses on online shopping inquiries. You are microzoning into e-commerce customer support. So if I was looking for, anyway, we are going to have a webinar where we'll talk about this. Always make it microzone it. If you see a job application, there are three key informations you need to work on your resume before you apply. I wish I asked you to try to do this. Your profile summary needs to be redefined to suit that role. Your skills, you can always leave your skills broad. Have your technical skills and your soft skills. Ensure you have them, most especially for tech jobs. You can prioritize this listing maybe if you're including the skill levels, you can prioritize listing the most important skills that align with that job. And sometimes you may also realize that you have so many skills, broad skills, and you might not be able to list all of them in your resume. So that is why it's good to check the job and understand the skills that are required. And the ones you genuinely have, you must be very ethical and truthful in this. The ones you genuinely have, you feel that yes, you know that you have, you can prioritize listing those ones instead of just broad skills. You can list other ones that complement that one, but prioritize listing that one. See, I tell people that the message, you see a job description, a JD, it is more like an expo. It is more like a secret. It is more like you're a guy, you see this beautiful lady, you want to ask her out for a relationship, and you don't know how to go about it, and someone comes to you, maybe the best friend of the lady comes to you and say, hey, I know what you can do to capture her, just go and buy her flowers. So more like someone giving you, that is what a job description is. So you shouldn't have any reason to fail. You shouldn't have any reason to find it difficult. All you need to do is pay attention to the job description, get the key information from it, use it to refine your resume, and as far as you feel that you are, you have the skills required, then it keeps you on the upper hand. Work experience. Use job achievement formats instead of job description formats. I'm responsible for managing blah, blah, blah. I'm responsible for doing this. Use job achievement formats. I'm going to talk about it, where you use similar to impact formats. I like to use storytelling format as well. These are all in combination of, I'm still saying the same thing. It depends on how you structure it. We're going to look at some samples as we proceed. You can give brief description of the company you've worked for, if necessary. Maybe I work for XYZ Limited, is a global leader in fintech, contactless payment system, blah, 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 before you now start talking about your achievements. So focus on talking about your achievement for the company, not the role you have played for the company. You need to get straight to the point as much as possible, be concise, otherwise you may lose. Nobody has time. That doesn't have time to look at your resume so much. Now let's look at this. Look at this person's profile summary. It says, let me start from this one center. Experienced software engineering lead with 10 years of expertise in developing back-end systems in Java. Led a team of 5 to design and implement a scalable microservice microservices architecture, enabling seamless processing of 100,000 requests per month and improving system reliability by 25%. This person is talking about impact. He's talking about measurable impact. One, he started by talking about the number of years of his experience, talking about the number of team he led. He's talking about the number of requests a system he built got. Whoever is a recruitment manager or the hiring manager would probably can resonate, understanding that building an application that has gotten more than 100,000 requests is, fairly a growing or maybe a robust application. And that sort of quantifies, where the person qualifies, whichever you want to use, who that person is, their level of experience. You don't need to come and say, I have so many experience in, I have years of experience in. You need to talk about the things you've done. I don't know if you're connecting, you can just type YE, yeah on the comment section. Let me be sure that we are all in sync. You need to talk about the impact. We are going to have a pool where we're going to look at some impacts, and we'll do a pool on that. Recognized with the Excellence in Innovation Award, placing me in the top 5 of engineers on IBM for driving transformative technical solutions. Demonstrated exceptional leadership and expertise, earning 2 promotions within 18 months. He's talking about his achievements, surpassing the usual promotion timeline by 6 months. He's talking about his achievements. He's not talking about I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm the head of this, I'm the head of that, I'm the head of this. I did. He's talking about the things he achieved. This sort of profile summaries are powerful. This sort of profile summaries. I've been in a part of a recruitment team, and when I saw something that was similar to this I was looking for, I had to tell the recruitment manager, please, we don't need to lose this guy. And it's similar with many hiring managers. Let's proceed. Your job description should be impact driven as well. Similar to profile summary. The profile summary, you could just put one impact, maybe your most remarkable impact. You can just put it there. Your job description for all the companies you've worked. Because if the way recruiters think about it is, if you have your job role is this, that, how do I know you were successful in the role? You could have been a flop. You were in the company, but you could have been a flop. And that's mind thinking. If you check out many ATS resume builder systems and all of that, they tell you about impacts. It's now becoming a flag that probably will give you a high ATS score. So let's look at this job description. It says, I developed a product strategy for White Tech Limited. All the product companies I'm going to mention in here is just in this presentation, is just for illustration purposes, please. I developed a product strategy for White Tech Limited. It provides a pivotal B2B feature that drove 55% increase in corporate user engagement and a 30% boost in B2B revenue within 6 months. This was based on extensive user research and competitor analysis. The strategy guided feature prioritization and user-centric UI/UX redesign, resulting in an 11% improvement in user satisfaction in just 6 months. By implementing an agile delivery process to streamline development, I accelerated our timeline by 15% and launched an MVP increased operational efficiency by 20%, showcasing effectiveness of user-centered strategic approach to products. Don't worry, I might be a bit too fast because of time. You are going to get a copy of this presentation shared to you. I've spoken to the organizers of this webinar, and they've guaranteed me that they've assured me that they're going to give me a video copy of this, which I'll share on my LinkedIn. I will take every single questions from everybody. I'll provide answers to all your questions, 100%. I guarantee you. I'll share this once I get it. I'll share it on my LinkedIn. If you have any question, you ask. Even if you want to ask, how can I do this for my own profession? I am this, whatever profession. How is this applicable to me? I'll answer as best I can all your questions to the best of my knowledge. So this is a job description that talks about impacts. Where's our pool? Okay, before I get to our pool, I'll talk about number 6. Now, there are words to avoid that look so generic and commonly used in the old CV template format. Generic words like hardworking, detail-oriented, you could say collaborated with a cross-functional team to deliver. Generic words like overused words like responsible for, helped, participated, managed, developed, implemented, achieved. Vague descriptions like numerous, various, you could use things like I led a team of 5% to build this. It looks real. You need to try to convince the reader. You cannot just say I've built many apps. If you say something like I've built 2 front-end, back-end microservices architecture, blah, it sounds more real. Quantifying, talking about the impacts of whatever you're doing sounds more real. Passive words like was involved, was part, could maybe be improved with things like design, executed user engagement strategy, that. Unexplained acronyms like CI/CD, this is for tech, you need to put them in full, because the person who needs to pass you through to the hiring manager, see how the structure of recruitment usually works. There's this HR person who is the recruitment person or the recruitment manager. You can call the person recruitment manager, who is responsible for, that's the HR team, filtering, checking, calling you to know your salary expectation, calling you to know this, calling you to know that, then passes you to, if you scale through, then passes it to the hiring manager, who is now maybe the team lead in the department that needs you. Those guys can now maybe organize you in a team. If you now pass through, you can now go to the broader management and maybe the directors, whatever levels or stages they have. So this person does not understand the technical terms you are using. You might be thinking that they should know now, they should understand. The person might not understand the technical terms you're using, so you need to explain this. Weak claims like result-oriented, goal, experts in the best, blah blah blah. You could say things like I exceeded sales target by 25% within the first quarter. Imagine someone saying I'm an expert in, I'm a go-getter, I'm a result-oriented. Talk about the result you achieve. That will make it more believable. Negative phrases like unemployed, blah blah blah, avoid them. Let's move on. Now, I want to ask you something, and I want everybody to contribute in answering this. Please, you need to contribute. I'm going to send a poll now. Read this. Read it. Read this out. In fact, let me read it out. Pool time. This is pool time. Now, see these two profile summaries. Let's assume that you are a recruiter. You are recruiting for a senior software engineer with at least 10 years of experience. Must possess leadership skill, must be highly experienced in Java. Now look at these two profiles. Which one would you go for? The A says experienced software engineering lead with 10 years of experience in developing software applications. I have good leadership skills and managerial skills. My career ambition is to join a bigger organization and be able to contribute high value to the company's growth. I have worked in top organizations globally, and I have delivered exceptionally in my current place of work, including being an achiever in my previous place of work. And I have gained so many skills in this journey. I hope to apply my skills to the growth of your company and become a valuable member of your workforce. He says everything, and just I have done this, I've been part of a big organization, blah blah blah. Fantastic. Now let's look at this one. B. Experienced software engineering lead with 10 years of experience in developing back-end systems in Java. Now remember this description above for this job. You are saying the job description says must possess leadership skills, should be highly experienced in Java. Should be highly experienced in Java. Now look at this B. The B says experienced software engineering lead with 10 years of experience in developing back-end systems in Java. Let a team of 5. Now remember, it says must possess leadership skills. This guy here says, I have good leadership skills and managerial skills. Now this guy here says, let led a team of 5 to redesign and implement a scalable microservices architecture, enabling seamless processing of 100,000 requests per month and improving system reliability by 25%. I was recognized internally with the Excellence Innovation Award, placing me in the top 5 of engineers in IBM for driving transformative technical solutions, demonstrated exceptional leadership and expertise, earning 2 promotions in 18 months, surpassing usual promotion timeline by 6 months. So let's go to pool. Let me see how quickly I can set up this. A, B. Who will you hire? So I've just put the pool. Please, everybody should vote. Everybody should vote. Very important. You should vote. It's very important that we are all in the loop. So I'm going to continue, but I want you all to vote. Let me see this. Okay, I'll come back to this. So just keep your votes coming. And okay, I'm already seeing some votes. I'm seeing some votes. Okay, let me just give 2 minutes. We are going to let me just give 2 minutes so everybody can vote. Okay, so I'm seeing some votes coming. I don't know. I'm not supposed to be showing the votes so that people don't copy some people and so on. Okay, so let me continue. Let me go back. I'll come back to the vote. Everybody, I know that some people might still be navigating their ways around, you know, how to vote and all of that. Okay, so we are going to come back to this. Please, I'm going to drop my very important all the questions that will be coming from this. All the questions that will be coming from here. I will, because of time, I'm not sure if I can take all your questions, but I can guarantee you that all your questions, I will take them on YouTube. So please follow my YouTube. This video, a replay of this video will also be posted on YouTube. And under that video, so you can get the notifications, I've discussed with the organizers. They've guaranteed me that, yeah, they're going to give me a copy of the video. So please follow my, subscribe to my YouTube page, and I'll answer. You can ask all the questions you want to ask there. If time permits, I can take some questions. I'll bring some people live to ask questions, and I can take some, and I will do the rest on YouTube. Thank you. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so linking optimization. All right. Well, one thing I'll just tell you is, first of all, have your clear shot professional picture, which is going to be very, you know, it sort of creates this, it's a mindset thing anyway. It sort of creates this and sort of impression that, oh, okay, this is the guy I'm looking for. So having a very, imagine one guy who is sitting in his kitchen and he takes a picture, and, you know, very dull, boring picture. It's just how the mind works. It doesn't mean that the guy with very nice picture is more skilled or whatever, but everybody wants that person who is looking like a fire burning and can get the job done. Once you're confident in yourself, that would definitely be a bonus. Now, niche headline. This is very important. This is highly important. Highly, highly important. You know, in your LinkedIn profile, there's a section for you to put your title. And that section is driven by, for you to get visibility on YouTube. That is the opportunity. That is part of the, or more of the opportunity you have to sell yourself in terms of search visibility. So imagine telling a story like, I am an exceptional and excellent customer service executive. If a recruiter comes to LinkedIn to search for a job, to search for a candidate who is a customer exec, they might use a number of keywords like customer support specialist, customer care, customer support, or whatever, or customer success. If they're looking for someone in product management or someone with product experience, they might use a keyword like product manager, product owner, product analyst. You have limited slots to put a title for yourself. If you want to get visibility, if you want the potentials for recruiters to reach out to you themselves, you must focus on the job keywords, not telling unnecessary stories on your niche headline. You don't need to start saying, I used to do this on your headline. No. You can do that maybe if you have other ambitions. For myself now, I might feel free to do that. I don't know. I'm not actively searching. But if you're actively searching, then your keywords, I can guarantee you, I've tried this in the past. I've used, even I had to change it within time to see the impact of how it works. And I can tell you that using the job keywords and just telling a story, if you say something like, I am an exceptional, blah blah, you've used that words to take up space that you could use to put relevant keywords to your niche. The job recruiter wouldn't come and start searching exceptional. I don't know if you get. The job recruiter wouldn't come and start searching those things. So that keyword, if you want your profile to show up, that keyword for your niche is something. Full stack developer, back end engineer, mobile app developer, and so on. Compelling about us. Because of time, I have the about us drafted, but when you get the material, what should the about us look like? I have something drafted. I had to use 3 years of experience so that people don't feel like, everything is about 10 years of experience. I don't have 10 years of experience. No, you can have 2 years of experience, but you've been part of major projects and contributed or whatever. You can talk about them. So you can always read this letter. But the key things to have in mind is make it believable by incorporating the product feature. Look at this person's about us. He talked about a product he worked on. He said, as a result-driven product manager with 2 years of experience, I'm passionate about creating customer-centric solutions that deliver measurable impact. While working at TechWave Solutions, I led the development of Quick Connect feature. So imagine that this recruiter knows about Quick Connect feature, or even if she doesn't know or he doesn't know, the recruiter can connect to something mentally. This creates believability than just saying, I'm a well-experienced product manager and I've delivered exceptional product features. So you're talking about something that connects with your mindset. So integrate your niche keywords, and that's the next thing. Look at this particular description now. There are a lot of niche keyword here. Customer centric is a niche, is a keyword for this niche. This product manager is the niche. The customer centric is a niche. If you look down, you will see customer engagement is a niche. Is a keyword for the niche. Cross-functional collaboration, for those who are product managers that are here, you can connect. Definitely. Stakeholders, collaboration is a niche. So for your profession, whatever profession you are into, you need to also know what the keywords, when they talk about that your profession, what keywords around it, they use measuring or what you do, whatever the keywords for it. So for product managers, we're talking about customer centric, user centric. You're talking about maybe you're talking about discovery, product discovery. You're talking about cross-functional collaboration. You're talking about stakeholder engagement, blah blah blah. So you need to know the keyword for your niche. And so this one is talking about roadmap prioritization, agile methodologies. These are the keywords for this. This will also help in terms of visibility for maybe places like LinkedIn, and so on. Include impacts if your organization allows. If your organization is fine with you to talk about, in my recent role, I collaborated with engineering team. So you see this guy has 2 years of experience, and he's saying, I collaborated with the engineering and marketing team to launch Pulse Analytics, a product that grew monthly active users by 30% and contributed to 15%. So you need to be real. Go and look for the information. Go and look for the impact your system has created. Go to the metrics board. Ask the engineering team, share this information with me. I want to see how this product we work on, how much it is doing. If you're a customer service person, I want to see ratings, customer satisfaction score, blah blah blah. Ask your managers, have them, and if they allow you to talk about it, if you contribute to it, then you should be happy to talk about that. You can also incorporate your skills. You can also incorporate your skills while defining yourself. That might also give you an edge. So let's move on. Okay, let's go back to we're talking about the LinkedIn optimization. So these things are very important. The profile photo, your niche headline, compelling about us, experience section. I'm going to talk about this as well. Is important. I'm going to talk about it just once. What you use here can be applied to your resume, um, experience section. Add skill to every experience. So if you worked for maybe MTN Nigeria, LinkedIn allows you to add the skills for that job you did, the skills that are relevant. This gives you sometimes, so when you submit a job through LinkedIn algorithm sort of try to match the skills you have with the skills that the job requires. So showcasing or listing your skills at every opportunity you have, maybe in your current experience, in the job role, can be an opportunity for you as well to sort of match your skill with a job role you applied for if you're applying through LinkedIn. So we're talking about LinkedIn optimization. These things are important. Of course, there are other things you can always do that might help you, but I'm focusing on the key ones that I believe and I know that has been highly impactful. Get recommendations. Your managers, you can reach out to them via LinkedIn and say, hey, would you be nice? Would you please, if you don't mind, blah blah blah, can you give me a recommendation? You can reach out to them to give a recommendation for what you're doing with the organization. List projects. This is now possible through LinkedIn. You can list your volunteering roles. You can now there's a section where you can now add your broader skills, all the skills you have that is supported, and your certifications, blah blah blah. But focus on the job, your experience, and if it's possible, if you can, let your LinkedIn profile communicate within. You don't be everywhere. If you, how do they say that? I think jack of all trade, master of none. Don't be everywhere. If you want to, if you are this, then focus on this. I'll even tell you that, okay, when we go to your CV optimization, I think I might talk about that. I even tell you that you don't even need to. Sometimes, if you want to apply for a customer service job, and maybe sometime within your year, you've had experience in HR, it might, except maybe you might have an explainable job gap. But if that is not the case, you might even need to remove that. You want to talk about, you want to present yourself as someone who is passionate about customer service and who has been in that field for a long time. You don't want to talk about present yourself as someone who has been here, who is testing the waters, who has been here. So that is it. Compelling introduction. I wish time would permit me to talk about this, but I'll try as much as I can to capture it. So this is more like a generic introduction. This is my format. This is an interview time. We've talked about CV. I've talked about what your the most important things in your CV are your skills, your profile summary, and your job description. These are the most important things. References are not irrelevant. Your date of birth, place of birth are all irrelevant. So that's this section ends everything about your resume. This is more like this same thing can also be incorporated in your resume. You need to be more impact driven than just talking of being vague. Now this is the interview time. Very, very important. In interviews, first of all, I will tell you that when you have the opportunity to be called for interview, then your luck stands as every other person. It just depends on how you're able to wow the interviewer and impress the interviewing team. Usually, here in the UK, you might first of all get the introductory call. Oh, I just want to know you, blah blah blah. This is don't worry, this is informal. I'll tell people, don't fall for this is an informal call scam. Sorry, it's not a scam, I'm just kidding. But it's a trick. Don't fall for this is an informal call trick because the hiring manager, the recruiter is saddled with the responsibility to identify the most suitable candidate for the role, and they report to the hiring manager or the team that meets that role. So they need the best person. That is the only way they can prove themselves that they are proficient in their job. So, and maybe out of 1,000 people, the ATS filter to 100, and they now filter to like 20, and they just need to present like 10 persons or 5 persons to the hiring manager to interview. They just say, oh, just tell me about yourself. What is your salary expectation? What's this? What's that? You might just probably, because they say it's informal, I just want to know you, introduce yourself properly. You may want to say something like your format should include greets. Start with greeting, tell your name and the role, tell little stories. Don't misunderstand, it's not story in the sense, but there's what they call story format in introduction. And maybe that has also been incorporated here. Within 3 minutes, depending on how you speak, within 2 to 3 minutes, you don't need to. This is just a generic sample. Share your professional background, share a powerful achievement, capture impact, tell why you're applying, conclude, pitch value. Let's just quickly go through this. I'd like to first thank you for considering me for this opportunity. My name is Vincent. I'm a product manager with almost a decade of experience spanning multiple industries. You may find my journey interesting as I transitioned from a marketing background into product management. This transition has been incredibly valuable, allowing me to seamlessly integrate a people-centric approach into product development and delivering highly impactful products. I have had the privilege of working for notable organizations such as Whitetech Limited, a global leader in fintech sector and pioneer in contactless payment. Currently, I'm a product director at Black Tech Limited. These roles have provided me with wealth of experience, most notably with Whitetech Limited, where I led the complete revamp of our contactless mobile app. The projects involved overseeing the end-to-end redesign of the app, collaborating with cross-functional teams, and incorporating user feedback into every phase of development. As a result of this approach, the app user engagement increased by 40% within the first 3 months of launch. Now you talk about why you're applying for the job. I'm applying for this job for 2 reasons. First, because the role aligns closely with my core skills. As a product strategy, because the role aligns closely with my core skills, such as product strategy development, cross-functional team collaboration, agile development, user-centric design, blah, blah, blah. Secondly, because I'm particularly passionate about your company's mission. I'm particularly passionate about your company's mission to reduce global footprint. Now you are wowing them. You are trying to capture their interest. It shows that, oh, you've gone to our site, you've checked out about us, and you're telling them that what they do, you genuinely have interest in that. I have volunteered for environmental initiatives, and I believe my personal value aligns with your company's mission. The combination of my skills and passion for sustainability would be a great motivator for me to contribute effectively to your team. I look forward to the opportunity to bring this drive and expertise to the organization. Thank you. As much as possible, keep it within 2-3 minutes. Now, this is more like a generic one. Let's look at this one. Now you are the same person, the same candidate has gone to check out another product manager job. And this is now a niche fashion. And I've seen that this is more of a technical. They're looking for more of the person that has more of IT experience. They want a technical product manager. He should be experienced in API integrations, cloud computing with AWS, software testing, blah, blah, blah. And you have those experiences, you've done those things before. Genuinely, you must be ethical in that. You have those experiences, you've done that before, you're not lying. Then you can redefine how you present yourself in an interview. See, the way you present yourself in an interview needs to vary, just the way your job application needs to vary. That is the essence of what I'm saying over, in all of this time. You shouldn't be generic. My name is this. Nobody really needs to. If you want to add your education, well, that's not necessary. They want to hear how the problems you solve and believe that you can add value to the organization. So this is a neat version, the same person, the same candidate, but for a different job. Now the person says, thank you for considering me for this role. My name is Vincent Okeke. I'm a product manager with nearly a decade of experience specializing in the API integrations, cloud computing, AWS, and software testing. Well, you might not need to use the exact words they've used in the job description, but you can talk about things that are around it. You can say, yeah, I'm specializing in API integration, cloud. You can mention other cloud computing tools, Microsoft Azure, and Google API, Google Cloud Systems, and all of that, software testing, and so on. But this is just the introduction of this one. In my previous role with White Tech Limited, I led the integration of APIs that streamlined our platform's communication with third-party services, resulting in a 20% improvement in system efficiency and reducing processing errors by 15%. Additionally, I played a key role in the migration of our infrastructure to AWS. So they are looking for someone who has experience in AWS, and you're telling them that you played a key role in moving your system to AWS environment. You're communicating value. So they already know that you have that thing they need someone to come and do for them. You have done it. Except you've not done it, except you don't have that experience, maybe that job is not for you. You want to keep it generic. But most times I realize that we might have that experience. It might be something we've done sometime. It might be something we've maybe not at expert level, but we've gotten ourselves involved in. But we just have this generic resume that we send to every job application we see. The way you prepare and present yourself for an interview needs to be targeted. Remember our point one, must be targeted to the job requirements. I have extensive experience working closely with engineering teams to drive cloud-based solutions. You're still pitching value. You're still talking about cloud solutions that you have experience in it. And perform rigorous software testing, which has been essential for maintaining high-quality product standards and seamless user experiences. My technical background, combined with my ability to collaborate cross-functionally, equips me to tackle complex product challenges. I'm excited about the opportunity to bring my expertise in cloud computing, API integration, and testing to your team and contribute to your company's continued success. So these two introductions is coming from the same person, but he has experience. He has been in this, he has been in this. And for this job, because this job needs this, he's focusing on this. Please read this material when you get it. I'll post it on the YouTube channel. Pay attention to it. Ask any question you can, and we'll definitely tackle it. Let's move on. The 9th point, because of time, I'm trying to fast track things. Know your niche question. For almost all jobs, there are likely many of the questions you would be asked in the interview. Trust me, are questions that if you're in that community, that ecosystem of your niche, you definitely will be would have familiarized yourself with those interview questions. You need to go very prepared. From knowing how to introduce yourself, please, let's go back to introduction. Pardon me. Introduction is very important. If you ask me, I know that I might be absolutely wrong, but I would say that introduction sells you about 60%. Introduction is very important. Don't let your introduction to be weak. Don't say, my name is Vincent, I studied at University of this, I live at this, I currently work at this, and I saw your job application and I like it. You're not communicating value. Why should I hire you? But you're telling them that you led a team that deployed an AWS integration, and they are looking for someone who knows that role. I don't know if someone is connecting. They are looking for someone, this is a niche version. They are looking for a technical product manager, experience in API integration, cloud computing with AWS, software testing. And you're telling them that, and you've done it before genuinely. You're saying, I led a team of API, I led the integration of APIs, and if it's possible to even mention the name of the tools, or sorry, the name of the app you're building or whatever, That'll be fantastic. That'll be a killer. If it's possible to mention it, that'll be fantastic. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, so know your niche questions for every profession. Trust me, if you ask those who has been there for quite a while, you realize that there is every likelihood that all the questions you will ask has been asked in that profession before by many other recruiters. For product managers, those who are product managers can resonate. You likely be asked any of these questions. User research, share experience where you conducted a user research to understand customer needs. What actions did you take based on the findings, and what impacts did you, sorry, let me have a bit of water, pardon me. What impact did you have on the products? This is for user research. They want to know your user research skills. And let's say for product strategy, they might ask you, can you share a situation where you had to define a product strategy from scratch? What was the task, and what action did you take to achieve it? What were the results? They want to know your product strategy skills. Sorry. Describe a situation where you had to work closely with cross-functional teams or external stakeholders to deliver a product. What challenges did you face, and how did you address them? They want to know your stakeholder collaboration skill. See, if you're in customer service, if you're in accounting, if you are in business development, there are niche questions in your field. You need to know them. Knowing your niche question will put you in the position, at least know the top 10 niche questions in your profession that you'd likely be asked in an interview. For me, I might say that I prefer to just go and flow, because I'm confident that any question you've asked me based on experience, in fact, I can give multiple scenarios on how I've handled them. But for someone who is not so experienced, they might have gone through that same experience, they might have had that experience, but on that hotspot, they probably wouldn't know how to put themselves together and excel in answering that question. So these are some of the other niche questions. You can check out yours, but the most important thing is that you need to answer them in what they call the STAR question and answer format. Not every organization uses STAR question and answer format, but for most tech jobs, it is now widely adopted. STAR question and answer format is a technique that requires you to talk about the situation, the task, action, and results. So if you ask you, how did you do this? The way you answer it is, let's look at this example. The question is they want to know your user research skills. They want to know if you know how to carry out user research as a product manager. And they say, share an experience when you conducted a user research to understand customer needs. What action did you take based on the findings? And what impact did it achieve on the products? You now say, they are also asking what impact did it achieve on the product. You now say the answer. You start the answer by defining the situation. In a previous role, our product faced declining user satisfaction scores, and we needed to identify the root causes. The task was to conduct, the objective was to conduct user research to understand customer pain points and preferences better. Action. I organized focus groups, implemented user surveys, and conducted one-on-one interviews, and we analyzed the data to pinpoint areas of improvement and prioritize future enhancements. Results. The user research led to actionable insights, and subsequent product updates resulted in a 15% increase in user satisfaction scores over the next quarter. You don't need to, when answering a STAR question format, how to put it this way so that you understand it. You don't need to break it down this way. Say situation, say it's tax. You need to just flow. In a previous role, we were facing a situation of decline user engagement. We had to blah blah blah. How you just flow and answer it must capture the situation, tax, action, and results. Let's move on. Let's wrap up. Extras. These are extra things I'll just add. But before I talk about this extra, please have this in mind. The key message I'm trying to pass in many of the things I've presented here are two things. In your job search, um, ensure that your resume is well structured and impact driven. The key three things in your resume are your profile summary, your skills, and trust me, your education is not even so important. And your um and your experience. Those are the three key things, most important things. I listed them here are the most important things. The three important things. And other ones, your education, they are necessary. You should have your contact information. But these three things are the most important things. You shouldn't joke with them. You should put them correctly. Focus on communicating value and impact. Extra things are the next one is once you have your resume structured well and you see a job application, a job opening is available, you study the keywords in that job and you can incorporate that keyword into your resume, use it to refine your resume, version it, have a new version that aligns with that job need. Genuinely, as far as it genuinely matches with the skills you have. If it does not, there's no need wasting your time and wasting the time of the recruiter. As far as it genuinely matches with the skill, then you can incorporate them, prioritize them, and use it to redefine your description, like I explained in some sections in this presentation. Use it to redefine your work experience. In your work experience, for instance, you're working for a company, you've done so many things. You cannot talk about everything. You can just talk about 2 or 3. But if you understand what the job needs, you can focus on talking about the experience you have that closely aligns with that particular job. And that's the message here. If you can take time, make the sacrifice to do this, you'll stand very outstanding. Many of the people, all the people I've mentored and I've told to do this, at least they are scaling through and getting interviews. And some of them have been very lucky to get a job through it. When you go through this, when you scale through the whole concept of the from the interview stage to stage 1, and you now get an interview, you can now go and understand what the company wants, study the company, study the job description, which is a secret, which is like the lady I explained giving you a flower and telling you this is what my best friend likes, and you're using that to wow them. For the job description, you're defining yourself to give that aura of this is the guy I'm looking for. Then your chances are high. Extra things I might just add that will help you with check to be sure that your resume is ATS compliant with at least 70% score and above, because recruiters are now using ATS applicant tracking system where sort of make machine logics scans your CV and try to match the keywords in your CV with the keywords for the job description or the keywords that the recruiter has added behind in their system as the skill they need. So the system, the applicant ATS sort of try to match and determine which keywords from this job application matches the job role for this, the job description and skills required for this role. So it filters and suggests the top most relevant job based on the keywords in their resume to the suggested to the hiring manager or the recruiter. So all you need to do is ensure that there are many other things that the ATS captures, design, and blah blah blah, ensures that your application is ATS compliant so that it can even pass through the ATS current system. It doesn't filter it out as unqualified resume. And when it passes through it, you can also filter it, rank it higher as relevant job by when you do the targeted job rule, clear targeted job rule, where you focus, you go and check the job, you know what they want, you refine your resume to fit what they want, and as far as you're qualified for it and you apply for it, that will put your chances higher. You can use AI tools to identify powerful keywords in every job post. That's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Use AI tools and use them ethically. It's absolutely fine. For instance, you see a job for any role and you copy the job description. You can post it on ChatGPT and say, hey, can you identify the top skills that the top 10 or 15 skills that this role requires. You paste the job description and paste it on ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will list the top 10 skills. And you can check the ones that you have, the skills that you have, and you can incorporate those skills in your profile summary, can incorporate those skills in your list of skills, can incorporate those skills in this discussing your impacts in terms of the job description, your achievements. You can incorporate them, and whatever the job is about, you can incorporate them. You can also use you can also use ChatGPT to optimize your profile summary. I just talked about it, and so on. And my yearly overall feedback rating. Okay, here's an example. You can ask it to ChatGPT. Hello, ChatGPT. I have 3 years of experience in customer service. I won the Customer Success Award. So this is you being genuine, giving it the information. This is what they call prompts. Giving it the prompt that it can work with to help you and put it better. Hello, ChatGPT. I have 3 years of experience in customer services. I won the Customer Success Award in my company 2 times, and my focus is on post-sales support and helping customers achieve desired outcome. My yearly overall feedback rating has never been below 96%. Use this information to draft a compelling profile summary for me suitable for this job role I'm pasting below. Make it impact driven. Job description, but you paste it, and it's going to give you a compelling. Okay, now you work on it, keep every information in it real, and you will have a compelling job description that when the recruiter, first of all, is going to most likely pass through the ATS as far as the whole concept of the whole resume structure is ATS compliant. It's going to rank, it's going to pass through and rank higher. And when the recruiter sees it, you're communicating value, you're communicating, this is what I've done, you're communicating impacts, what are your achievements, and compare it with someone that was just saying something else. Let's look at, before I go back to saying thank you, let's look at our pool and see what we have. Okay. Okay. 11 people voted. Wow, I'm so impressed. Everybody voted for B, and yes, B is the correct answer. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, everyone that has made it here today. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. I'm going to address all your questions. Absolutely, every question you have, I'm going to address all of them. And the organizers as well told me that they'll be sharing feedback to you guys. So if you have any what you think I could have improved on, and this is what product management is all about. You get feedback and you improve on it. If you have anything I think you think I should improve on, I could have done this, I could have done that, or what you're rating me poor, or you're rating me good, whatever, please participate in that feedback. That'll be helpful to me. I also ask them to share with me so that I can understand areas for improvement. A copy would be shared with you guys. Okay, someone has raised their hand. Let me see if, okay, I think, someone has raised their hand. Okay, let's one, Mr. Kwemi. Let me see. Okay, Kwemi, I've made you can you check? I've made you a participant. Can you check if I've sent you a request to become a participant? If you can accept it, please. If you want to ask question, you can send a request. For those who can still be behind, organizers, please. I told you we might be going a bit late because I understand how things like this could be. Let's just see if we can take a few questions and before we wrap up. Okay, please go ahead. I can't hear you. Check you're muted. You're muted. You want to check that. Anybody that wants to ask question, okay, I might go for Idowu. Okay.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Please, will copies be available? So will there be a copy for this presentation?
Yes. I posted my YouTube link. So what I intend to do is when I get the recorded version of this video, I'm going to post it. I've spoken to the Job Gurus team. They agreed that they are going to send me a copy of the video. So once I get it, hopefully before by Monday, I think I should. I'm going to post
Thank you.
it on my YouTube so that I can address questions. That was on the premise of at which they agreed to. So I can address all the questions that might come from time to time. So I'll post the video, and in the video description, I'll put this in a drive, this presentation in a drive, and you can just download it from it. So
Thank you.
all right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay. So we have Daniel. Let's take Daniel. Daniel, the request has been sent to you. Please go ahead. I think you are muted. You want to check it out? Okay.
Thank you for this presentation. My question has already been answered. I wanted to find out whether copies of this presentation will be distributed to us. God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, it will. It will. It will. Thank you very much. Okay. If anybody has question, we can. Okay, I think we have one more, another person, Daniel. Let's get Daniel in. Hi, Daniel. Check, I think you're muted.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you so much for your time and for taking this time to explain this this whole thing for me. So thank you very much. So I wanted to ask a question. So I mean, you mentioned something about you working as a business development manager before you moved to like technical product management. Because so I actually see it as a similar thing to what I do. So I started my career, apart from the digital marketing I was always doing before. So I started as a business development manager, and then earlier this year I transitioned into product management. And then after taking the course, I got an internship with a remote company like that. But it was a free internship. So I mean, so I was able to lead a team of product team and then designers and developer, and then we developed like 2 products. So but like after the internship, I've been applying for jobs, and and it seems like maybe I need experience, and because the requirement I always see is you need to have built this, you need to have worked this. So like I really don't know how to actually navigate or how to actually scale through that audio, because it seems like maybe I shouldn't have transitioned into product management yet, or it seems like um, it's not so easy to get an internship or entry level role or junior. So I just wanted to ask that what advice or what insights will you um, say to someone like me that that transition to like and then willing to have an headway. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for this question. And yeah, for me, I transitioned into product management from a marketing background. And yeah, it's possible to transition, but what made my there are different ways you can actually transition anyway. But in my own case, while I was working as a marketing, I was engaging with the BA guys and the PM guys. I was engaging with product managers and business analysts. So that sort of exposed me to product management. Now there are a lot of ways through which you can transition, and you can transition seamlessly. Although the product management profession has been quite competitive. Imagine you just coming into it, and for me, this was years ago. And a lot of people now they have 5 years of experience, they have 2 years of experience, they have XYZ years of experience, and you're just coming in new. So there might be something you want to do. If our advice or my own suggestion that probably distinguishes you, you might want to sort of so there's what I call when I mentor people and they say, hey, I want to go into this, how will I go? There's what I call the soft landing. The soft landing could be if you're working in a particular organization and there is an opening for product managers, and maybe you're working in customer service or marketing and you've been engaging with them, like, you know, similar to like my case, you might probably want to pitch your role from a product thinking, a product way of thinking, from a product perspective that, oh, I've been part of this sort of structure and I've achieved this, I've achieved that, even though I'm not a product manager. So from an internal organization, this can be one way you can easily scale through. Apart from that, it might be a bit competitive, but not absolutely impossible. A lot of people have moved into product management from different professions, and they transition seamlessly. They just have to pitch whatever experience they have from the product mindset. On because product development, people think that product development must be IT. It's just about improving. You're not managing people; you're just managing the process of improving an outcome. We want to build this. You are the one who goes and research. How do we go about it? What do we need? What do those people expect? Let me give them what they expect so that they can be happy. That's just the concept. So anybody can be a product manager. The second way could be something like volunteering for PM roles, which might give you experience as product manager, and that can be something you can communicate as value. Oh, I've worked as this, volunteering role as for this organization. That can give you more of edge than someone who probably doesn't have the experience. Another thing I'll talk about would be maybe going for probably, because you said you led a team. I don't know, but that is quite, for you to have led a team. I don't know the organization or the size of the organization, but that's quite a very big language in product management. You led a team, and for you to lead a team, what kind of team? Is it a development team? Is it a product team? It's quite, those are some of the things you probably want to check. You say you led a team. If you led a team, if you can lead a team, then that means you are already a well-experienced product manager. So what I tell people could be the third thing they could do. I say the first one, internal transitioning within the organization walls. The third one, the second one is the first one is internal transitioning. The second one, which I talked about, is maybe you are, depending on where you work or whatever, you probably see opportunities and things like that. You can, move into it. Now, the third thing I tell people to do is to probably look for junior PM roles. Junior PM roles could be, you don't need to feel like, I'm already too experienced. I should have gotten this. I should have gotten this. Sorry, the second one is volunteering. This third one is exploring junior PM roles. And that can be where you can have that sort of soft landing. And when you do that, and at some point you find yourself in a reputable organization that has a name, that might just be the breakthrough for you. And the thing is that once you're in. It's that sort of profession that once you're in, you're in. When you have the opportunity somehow, maybe by volunteering or maybe by being a junior product manager, or even being a product analyst, product strategist who just focuses on analyzing data and sharing with maybe the product managers, so the product analyst and things like that. By just being a product analyst, you get information and things like that. You can now maybe have experience to say, hey, maybe the product manager role opportunity that might now be available might be someone who needs product analysis is a niche. Who might be someone who has more of analytical skills in product management, analyzing information, user data, and so on. And my blueprint strategy as well can be something you want to pay a lot of attention to, which might be the fourth thing I'll be talking about. Pay a lot of attention to are you communicating that. If you have an opportunity, you hold it with your two hands and communicate it as value. How are you communicating that experience, that thing you did? Are you talking about impacts? How are you searching out for jobs? Are you just generically, throwing your nets in the water, or you're looking at, my case, I've been in EdTech. I microzoned and I was looking for EdTech companies when I came here. And I told them, hey, I was with one of the biggest EdTech companies. I did this, I did that, I did this. I've been a co-founder with this, I did this, I did that. And that was the value I was communicating. and they saw they couldn't resist that, you know. So whatever thing you're doing, imagine you going to your competitors or organizations within where you've been to your microzoning, following this blueprint strategy I shared. That might give you an edge. So that's just it. Oh, a lot of okay. Okay, I thought we had more. We got more questions. All right. I don't know if that addresses your question or curiosity, Daniel.
Yes, it did. So okay. So let me just provide a more clarification to what I said about the leading the team. So I mean, when I joined the internship, so I mean, like I said earlier, it's a free internship, and then we were like, about 10 product managers, and then like in product designers too, like they were, I don't know their numbers, but I think they were up to like 15, and then the developers to back end and front end. So I mean, when we started, we did a product. We worked on PRD for a product generally, and then afterwards we shifted to another project, and then I was voted as the team lead. So that's why I said I actually led. So I was voted as the team leader, and then for the third project that we did, I was also voted as a team lead too. So that's why I said I led a product team.
That's fantastic. It's something you can also communicate as a value to show that you have genuine interest in that. But I might suggest to you to look for maybe a junior product manager role, or even a product manager role that doesn't require much experience, that requires maybe a year or two experience, or a product analyst role. Things like that might be where you can might be, you might have upper hands than looking for a pro manager role with maybe years of experience, considering that you have experience in more I don't know if I call it a sort of ad hoc settings, or projectized sort of settings where you guys were working on an internship project and so on. So maybe you want to look out for opportunities, depending on how you want to approach, how you want to go about it. But you want to look out for opportunities within maybe a junior role and things like that. Junior PMs, product analysts, maybe pro manager role that doesn't require so much experience and so on.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And also, the strategy I talked about, if you can incorporate it in your approach, be very, in terms of how you push it, very aggressive in terms of reaching out. By aggressive I mean, being very dedicated and pushing out steady, pushing out a lot of applications every day and so on. That can potentially give you an edge. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, welcome, very welcome. Please feel free to ask any questions you have. I'm so glad for the number of people that have turned out and that have been able to address all the questions. Take your time. You're going to get a copy of this material. Ask your questions, and I will definitely address them. I guarantee you. Thank you once again. We've exceeded. This is almost 2 hours. We are planning at some point 1 hour, but later I spoke with organizers that we might have to exceed a bit, and they agreed. And here we are. Have a great day, Uche. I think that'll be all from me. And hopefully, if they want to have me sometime in the future, we can also, if you share your feedback to them, anything you want me to talk about, if you want me to focus on interview, maybe we can have ad hoc interviews or things like that, then that's fine. All right. That'll be all from me. And guys, I hope to see you all some other time.